Thank you. How are you?
I am doing. I hope you are too.
Great.
First, your observations thus far, how things have proceeded from when Asantehene started to when he started meeting, and the responses coming from the Nairi and the government.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Clearly.
Look, I'm speaking purely as a professional mediator, and there's no reason to condemn whatever is being said by all sides, because that is not part of our training. The reality is that when I heard and saw the Otunfo on the TV set presenting the report without really the parties to the dispute themselves at least making a comment regarding the process they went through, which is a hallmark of a real mediation. I considered that they might have been doing a kind of made-up. Made-up means that they begin somehow with mediation, and the parties give you authority that in the unlikely event that they are unable to reach agreement with the normal mediation process, then they have given you authorization to convert yourself into a kind of arbitrator, having been seized already with almost all the information. They don't need to go back again to start it all over. As if, because arbitration is actually considered as though it's like a court process. So at the end of the day, you give your, not a ruling, but sort of come out with the kind of recommendation he did, which is binding on the parties. But I saw that the parties were not present, so I began to be a little alarmed. But that said, I was holding my breath, thinking that the parties might have reached a private arrangement with the mediation team of the Otunfo. So I was a little taken aback, having heard and read what the Nairi has written in such a very strong tone. Already, government has gone ahead to accept the recommendations, but that's where we are now. I'm troubled, but I want to assume that they can both sides can find a way of redeeming themselves by not blaming unnecessarily both sides. All we need to do is to get them back to table so that the concerns we might have can be addressed. Otherwise, then it's like we have fresh water in baskets.
Is that the implication of the statement you read from the Nairi, that we have perhaps fresh water with the basket?
That's the intent of what he has written. He said he has rejected the report. If he rejected the report, it's like I'm going back to stage one, where we were before the mediation. And obviously, I mean, everybody knows that they appear not to be happy. So even the Kosasi side, at least, are still not entirely happy. and that was shown by the statement made by the Revere the for concerning the role of Cletus Avoka, Honorable. So I think it's a real concern. But that said, at least some meaningful effort was made by the 2-4 Mediation Committee, and I still want to commend them. But these are high-level traditional people, and that is what traditionally, that is how the traditional process of mediation arbitration normally is conducted. And because of the utmost respect and honor that is bestowed upon chiefs, normally these are accepted without much resistance. But this is a different ballgame, and I hope and pray that we can be patient with the situation and find a way of resolving it without too much blame game.
What steps should be taken next if we are to ensure that at least the expression used, fetching water with a basket, is not a situation that we are left with?
Well, we have a government in place that received the report and acted on it. It's only government that can take steps to reach some understanding with Fortune for if they will find, because it's about confidence now. If they don't have confidence in the process as it happens, then they have to find other means of getting another facilitator to facilitate the mediation process, not like was done. Because we have tremendous information already with Fortune 4 documented. So what has to be done is to get somebody to facilitate the process by way of, because the president had earlier indicated the need for a reconciliation, which was the best thing to do. But you can only reconcile people when a mediation is clear. For now, there are some things that the people seem not to accept. So it's not too late for the president to reach some, to go into conclave with for and reach understanding that they have to get someone to facilitate, and immediate. It should be almost immediate, because if it takes too long, they will go back to class 1. So to avoid that, it has to be arrested now, because the truth is not somebody you can just jump into. Something we have done by way of undoing it just anyhow. So the best thing is to get him to appreciate the fact that the parties want some further clarity, because it's actually like an education report. So some effort will have to be made, and only the president himself can give an order for a facilitated secondary mediation to be made, something of that nature.
And I know I have to let you go. Just finally, do you think government should go ahead with the steps it outlined in the statement?
Once one party raised concern, what the government can do is to keep the peace there by way of protecting the area whilst taking the steps I have outlined to talk to the two to agree that there will have to be a secondary facilitated mediation of a kind to enable the lingering concerns raised by the other parties to be resolved.
Thank you, Mr. Gamey.
Yeah.
Mr. Gamey is a renowned mediator and labor consultant. Ms. Austin Gamey speaking to us on the line. Well, like I said, let's go back and just perhaps a reminder of some of the things the Otumfuo said. I was just sharing them with you briefly, a portion of what he talks about in terms of the kind of cooperation he enjoyed from both parties that were involved, from the Kusasi side and from the Mamprose side. The Nairi especially was mentioned.
The parties in this dispute have willingly submitted themselves to the mediation process. The Bawku Naba Sigiri Abugaragu Azoka has accorded me enormous respect and personally led this delegation at all times to my palace whenever invited. My brother, the Nairi, has for very good reason, sent a delegation of his elders and sub-chiefs